When you say you don't watch football, people ask, how can you not watch it? But the real question is this: why does everyone feel like they have to watch football? And why don't you feel that way? It's as if not watching football is some kind of deficiency, as if you can't form a shared bond with society, as if you're missing out on something. But psychology tells us something different. Not watching football is often not a lack of interest, but a matter of mental orientation. This is a deep psychological state that shows how your brain works, what you value, and how you relate to society. And most people don't understand this. Why are you different from others? Psychologists call this a value mismatch. Something that gives the majority of society great pleasure simply creates no response in your brain. This isn't rebellion. This isn't shameful. It's just looking inward, knowing yourself. Because people who don't watch football actually fall into four main categories, and you're probably in one of them, or a combination of several. Type 1 self-focused thinker. If this is you, you don't hate football. You just don't feel what others feel. Your brain isn't wired to experience excitement indirectly through other people's success. Psychologists call this a lack of vicarious emotion. So when a goal is scored, you think, okay, a ball went into a net. So what? While everyone is jumping up, you're just sitting there. It feels meaningless. You don't get dopamine from other people's victories. You get dopamine from your own progress, your own success, your own growth. When someone says, but everyone was celebrating, you reply, yes, but why should I celebrate? Because you don't know those people. They don't change anything in your life. And to you, that feels illogical. From the outside, people like you seem cold. Why don't you care? They ask. But the truth is, you do care. You just have a very low need for external validation. Society saying everyone does it, so you should too, doesn't affect you. You don't feel the need to share collective emotions just to belong. You find meaning in your own development. That doesn't make you cold. It makes you strong. Type 2, disillusioned observer. Maybe you used to watch. You never missed a match. You had a team. You bought jerseys. You went to games with friends. But at some point, an awakening happened. Money, marketing, the spectacle, footballers earning millions, fans screaming the names of people who don't even know they exist. And one day you stopped and thought, what am I doing? Psychologists call this an existential disengagement. When something that once entertained you stops carrying meaning because it offers no real growth or purpose, your brain rejects it. You realize that chanting doesn't solve your problems. Celebrating strangers doesn't fill your emptiness. This isn't arrogance, it's awareness. You're not rejecting the game. You're rejecting the illusion that football is more important than life. And this doesn't disconnect you from society. It makes you more realistic, more honest, because you're no longer spending time on things that feel meaningless to you. You want to live your own life, not watch someone else's. Type 3, directed mind. If this is you, it doesn't mean you dislike football. You just don't need it. Your excitement flows elsewhere. Cars, games, music, movies, technology, whatever it is, that thing triggers a stronger response in your brain than football ever could. And that's completely normal. Psychologists call this a diversified stimulation pattern. Your brain gets dopamine from variety and personal relevance. You like experiences you can interact with, analyze, or feel a story in. Football feels repetitive to you, predictable. 90 minutes of the same thing. But a new car design, a great film, a complex game, those offer novelty, mastery, and connection all at once. You're not passionless. You just direct your passion toward different worlds. A football stadium doesn't excite you the way it excites others. But a concert hall, a cinema, a workshop, that's where you come alive. And that doesn't make you strange. It makes you rich, because your interests are much broader. Type 4, honest realist. This is the most misunderstood type, because these people say it directly. Why should I watch millionaires? They play with a ball while I'm trying to survive. Watching their dreams makes me feel worse. And when people hear this, they say, wow, how negative. But wait a second. These people are just being honest. For them, football isn't an escape. It's a reminder of how far away their own dreams feel. That guy earns millions every week, and I can barely pay rent. That thought hurts. And for some, it's even simpler. Football doesn't change the world. It doesn't solve anything, so why should I watch it? This isn't cruelty, it's psychological honesty. These people see the world through a lens of practicality and emotional self-protection. They ask, why invest in something that gives nothing back? They're not numb, they're tired of illusions. And that's completely understandable because life is already hard enough. So which one are you? The self-focused thinker? The disillusioned observer? The directed mind? The honest realist? Maybe you're a mix of all of them. Maybe different traits show up at different times, and that's completely normal. Understand this. Not watching football doesn't make you lazy. It doesn't make you antisocial. It doesn't make you weird. It simply shows that you focus your energy elsewhere. Maybe you're focused on building, maybe on learning, maybe on creating. And those are far more valuable than watching someone else's story. Society will pressure you. Everyone watches football, so you should too. But you're on your own path. And that's a beautiful thing because you're not following the crowd. You're following your inner compass. And that takes courage. Being different takes courage. Maybe you don't watch football because your brain values other things. Maybe you're searching for deeper connections. Maybe you're searching for meaning, and football doesn't give you that. That's not your fault. That's simply your truth. I wonder if this video changed the way you think. Subscribe. We go deeper every day. Don't forget to like the video. It helps more people find messages like this.